Paul, all of what we've said in these earlier segments go together. The founders typically influence their first-line appointees, the people that come on first. I'm working with a startup in America right now where this has happened. The founders bring on board people that are like them, and they influence them through their visible behavior. And those folk learn to behave like them, and they are excited and upbeat about the job. But those people then end up employing others who end up employing others, and soon comes a time when the founder doesn't even know the name of some of those people in the outlying areas. And that's where the snag comes in. So what we've got to do is create an environment within which we can transfer the behaviors, the UGRs that we wish to see in place through generations. And that is possible if the leaders do it right. So what do the leaders need to do? Well, they need to get it that how they behave directly impacts on how it feels to work there. They need to remind themselves that nobody ever leaves a job for all of the other reasons that they cite. People leave a job, mostly, we all know, because of their boss. We need to understand that, specifically now in the era of COVID, in remote and hybrid working, our focus area needs to shift a little bit. We need to let our people know that we have empathy for what they are dealing with at this time. And we need to build relationships. The research is out. Remote workers are more productive than in-office workers by a long shot. We now know that. But we also know from the data that remote workers suffer from a 60-something% higher incidence of stress and burnout than in-office workers, especially if their own wellness is not also in line. So what does wellness have to do with this? That's how our lives are going, how we feel that our life is going. How do you measure that? Through contribution to others and commitment to cause. So what does that have to do with leadership? Well, leaders need to understand that other people, their performance is dictated by the extent to which the leader believes in them, and that those people, what did Frankl say? That you can unleash the potential of another human being through the mere act of believing in them. Now, there's a commitment to people other than yourself right there, if ever there was one. Remember the call to action? Figure out how your job benefits others or how it makes the world better. If I, as a leader, commit myself to my people to such an extent that their personal, what I call life score, how their life is going, that their life score improves through the mere fact that they work with or through me, with or for me, if I am able to lead in a way that enables them to improve the way they feel about their life, I am committing myself to people other than myself. I am therefore playing into this thing that I can unbullshit my job and unbullshit my life. And if I am doing that, all of this will transcend, and people will, generations down, they will reflect those behaviors that I brought to the business as the founder. Does it work? Yeah, it works. I've seen it happen. Is it hard work? Yes, it's hard work. What must the leader do? They must be committed to cause and to their people at such a high level that it's evident. A last thought on this. So the literature says that people change. We want our employees to change all the time. Remember, we want them to do more with less. We want them to be engaged now during the time of remote and hybrid working. What is going to cause them to change to do that? 4 things only, says the literature. A near-death experience, a life-changing event, a religious experience, or personal willpower. I think that personal willpower only gets ignited through the influence of another human. I think how leaders behave can influence whether their people choose to emulate some of their behaviors. And this comes through what we do, not what we say. What is authentic leadership? Behaving in a manner that when your people see you living your life, they choose to be more like you, demonstrate behaviors that you demonstrate. And if we do all of that, I think people generationally will live the values that we started the business with.